Africa Climate Resilient Investment Facility, AfriRES, strengthening capacity of member states and stakeholders to build climate-resilient investments in transport, energy, agriculture, water, and ecosystem sector.
My name is Rene Anthony Gomez. I am a Principal Development Planner at the Ministry of Finance of the Gambia. For the past couple of months, we have had flood issues wherein lives and properties have actually been affected. So this is why I deemed it necessary to be part of this training, where I can learn the resilient techniques in terms of what the information that we use or where we get the relevant information, how do we use it to actually make a decision to solve that particular issue. Because if you look at the flooding, like I said, it has affected houses, properties and lives, but also it's actually eating into the coastal areas in the country. As part of the National Development Plan from 2018 to 2021 of the Gambia, climate change is one of the critical enablers, meaning that it should be mainstream. For example, we should ensure that the buildings should be resilient, that is one. We ensure that people are actually aware of human activities that actually induce climate change, like bush burnings and others. Number one, how to use global data that's reliable specifically to each country. Now, using that data, we actually taught how to come up with calculations to see, for example, if you want to do, let's say you want to grow a crop, you're able to calculate the temperature season, when it comes into play, and also when it rains. So at the end of the day, you know, for example, if it started, let's say, in April or maybe in June last year, but over the years, you're seeing that it's regressing, you know, the temperature is getting higher earlier than the previous years, then you can say, okay, since this particular product, for example, cassava needs some form of cool temperature, we say, okay, what we can do is, let's try to bring up a technology. For example, using planting trees around the cassavas, so that over time, that place can be cool. So even if the weather is hot, you know, the cassavas would still have that cool shade to grow, you know, and that will eventually improve the yield. So food sufficiency is something that is very, very important. Not only looking at the water bit also, you see, so also the water bit, people might say, okay, we want to come up with irrigation, you see. So like we said earlier, climate change is cross-cutting. So whether we look at the water sector or we look at the agricultural sector, this is something that we really need to look out for.
AfriRES facility is a joint initiative of the UN Economic Commission for Africa, Africa Union Commission, the World Bank, and the African Development Bank, with initial funding from the Nordic Development Fund. The training, in conjunction with the African Institute for Economic Development and Planning, IDEP, aims at strengthening the continent's decision-makers' capacity to plan, design, and implement climate-resilient projects. IDEP is the UN Economic Commission for Africa's training arm based in Dakar, Senegal.